These are my thoughts on the Aqara U100 smart lock after 4 months of rigorous use. To cut right to the chase, I love this thing even more now. I can confidently say this is the best smart lock on the market, in my opinion. Especially if you're on Apple HomeKit, but this thing works with all ecosystems. Before we get into my final thoughts, here's a quick summary of the lock's features. If you want to learn more about it, you can click that comment there to view my full overview video of it. The lock replaces your entire deadbolt, both on the door side and the lock side. On top of being able to lock and unlock it from your phone and your smart home, there's a pin pad to enter, a fingerprint scanner, and lastly, Apple HomeKit, which has been by far my favorite feature. This lets you tap your phone or your watch to the door and it will automatically open for you. And lastly, you can use an NFC tag to unlock this lock. This would be really useful if you're having guests over and you want to leave them a key, but you don't want to actually have them leave a hard cut key and you want to be able to restrict access from that key. There's so many ways to access this lock and it's one of my favorite parts about it. For Apple HomeKit users, you can manage the entire lock's interface through the HomeKit app, including generating temporary access codes for the lock. Again, useful for guests, cleaners, whatever. You can manage the entire thing through Apple HomeKit. And it just kind of works, which brings me to my thoughts after 4 months of using this thing. So thought number one after long-term use. There's a feature on this thing I didn't actually know about that I use all the time, and that's the auto lock feature. So the way that this works is it uses a sensor that can detect what direction the door is in the lock. Then what you could set it to do is when it closes, automatically lock the door. Which basically means whenever you close the door behind you, it's going to automatically lock. You don't even need to think about it. I know this sounds inconvenient at first, and I thought the same thing, but when I enabled it, it just kind of seamlessly works, and it's absolutely amazing. By far the best way to automate your door automatically locking for you. Next up, the big one that everybody's going to question, which is battery life. So I've had this thing for almost 4 months exactly, and I use it extensively. There's a ton of automations that control it. Between myself and my girlfriend leaving and walking the dog, this thing probably locks and unlocks like 20 times a day. So on that note, I am 4 months in and I quite literally just changed the batteries for the first time. 4 months of battery life for extensive usage is really good, in my opinion, especially compared to the competitors. On top of that, something I really liked is the battery notification setup. So it notifies you in your phone when the batteries are low, but one of my favorite things is this thing actually has a speaker built into it, and when it gets really low, it literally just says whenever you unlock the door, battery low, change the batteries. Big game changer, and there's no way you're going to forget to change them on this thing. So battery life is good. I love the auto unlocking feature. Other than that, I don't really have anything to say because this thing has just kind of worked. Anytime I've asked it to lock or unlock via Siri, it just happens. All of my automations run seamlessly. The fingerprint scanner works great. Honestly, I thought I'd be using the Apple HomeKit a lot more, but the fingerprint scanner is so convenient. You just boop, tap, and you're in. But as a close second access way, I use the HomeKit on my watch all the time. Again, you don't even need to unlock your watch or anything. You just go tap to the lock and it unlocks. The last and final thing I did want to mention that hasn't bothered me at all, but this thing is kind of loud. Let me kind of show you here. Hey Siri, lock the door.
Locking the hallway.
So I don't know if you're able to hear that, but it's not crazy loud, but it is a lot louder than other smart locks. I know some people that's going to bother them and be a no-go, but for me it hasn't been an issue at all. I actually do kind of like it because I get hear when my automation is triggered, and I know for a fact that the door has closed when, say, I go into my bed and my bed sensor locks the door for me. Just gives me that extra little bit of audio confirmation. But again, something I did want to mention as an honest review of this thing, that is one of the negative things that could potentially pop up. The only other really important caveat is this won't work if you're in a situation where you can't change out your actual key and deadbolt lock. This does require you to remove your entire lock and replace it, including the key. There all are options on the market, like the August lock, which is my close second favorite. That lock is awesome as well, where you're only changing the lever side of the lock and not the actual deadbolt. So you're keeping the same key and keeping the same outside door. These are really popular for like apartments where you need your landlord to have a key and you can't actually change it in the hallway. The August lock is great and a close second, but if you're able to accommodate it, get the U100. It's an amazing lock. I have it linked in my bio. I love it. I can't see myself straying from it anytime soon because it's so far ahead of all the competitors. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video.